Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of Planet Zoo. This time an update on update 1.4 coming to Planet Zoo on December 8th of 2020. So the purpose of this video is really just to summarize the information provided by Planet Zoo. You can find this all on planetzoogame.com if you want to read about it yourself, but to make it easier, I'm making a video for you guys. In addition, we will be talking about what could possibly come to Planet Zoo in which the devs may not be telling us yet, such as maybe a new DLC. I don't know, we'll talk about that after, but let's talk about the things that we do know so far. So first of all, the first thing that we know of is the water temperature regulation. And the specific name of it is called the Water Temperature Regulator Facility. Furthermore, you're going to be given an informational panel so you can really manage these facilities more efficiently. And then with that, we have an underwater feeder coming into the game as well. As far as we're concerned, we only have one coming to us, and it seems like it's going to be releasing like little fishies and stuff like that. So pretty neat. It's only going to be working for the saltwater crocodile for now. For now. That's about DLC talk. We'll talk about that after. But it's only for the saltwater crocodile. And the thing is that you have to place them deep enough in the water. So when you plan out your habitats, make sure you keep that in mind. That's about all we have for information on that part as of right now. Now for those of you that like to play the challenge mode or the franchise mode, this is going to be for you. This is a lot more about the management, and you can finally manage your transportation rides in a more efficient way. They're going to be able to show you which rides are more popular, which stations are more popular, how many guests are using this ride versus another ride, this station versus that station. Now the rides are separate from stations because you can have two stations for a ride and so on and so forth. And then we're also going to be getting some sort of station scenery rating. So something very similar to probably Planet Coaster, where rides would actually get a boost depending on their scenery queue, and people would pay more money to basically get on them. Whether or not it works out the same way is going to be questionable. We don't know that yet. My assumption is that it's going to work very, very similarly to Planet Coaster. Now here's a small one. We do have another challenge scenario coming your way. If you're more of that type of player where you like to play the scenarios, you will be able to play in the Philippines, and this scenario does take place in the mountains of Luzon, and I probably pronounced that wrong, but that's where it's taking place. Now this one's a big one, and it's probably going to be my favorite in this update. I'm not going to lie, the animal talks. So you're going to have educators in Planet Zoo starting on December 8th, and this is where you can hire educators, and they're going to go to certain locations in your zoo outside of a habitat or an exhibit. You place down a talking point where your educators will actually go to this area. You place it down like any normal education board. Educator will go to this area and they will stand there and they'll talk to guests, and your guests will listen. They will become more happy and more educated listening to your educators. If your educator is better trained than another, it will actually increase the happiness more and education more. And it can also lead to your guests donating more money, which is good for your wallet in your zoo. Now the way that this all works is basically they go to that talking point, they stand around, people congregate, sometimes the animals come up depending on the type of species, and depending on the species, your educator will actually feed the species, if it wishes to do so, I guess. And then your educator will come out every month in-game, and they'll talk for probably that month, and then the rest of the year they're going to go somewhere else, take a break, whatever. Depends on how you really manage your system. And then last but not least on that part is that these talking points are work zone compatible. You can put them into a work zone or you can choose not to. And then the last one is obviously the creativity that is being brought into Planet Zoo. And this includes 2 new pathways, and you're going to be getting some more foliage as well, which is awesome. So now this is where we come into the next segment where we're actually going to be showing off some of the photos that we have so far. We only have 2. So we're going to start with the educator one. So if you take a look right here, you have this educator right here with this little talking point here. It kind of looks like a lamp speaker station type thing with, it looks like an owl with a book in front of it, which is actually kind of cute, not gonna lie. And they're gonna walk up and they're gonna educate their guests. Now just be sure that you do plan accordingly, because these guests will congregate around this area, so your planning may have to be a little bit more intuitive than usual. There's really nothing else in this photo that I can see necessarily that would really play as a game changer. So let's move on to the second photo, which is the photo that was announced with update 1.4 officially. And you can once again see the underwater box feeder, which is just spewing out little fishies for the saltwater crocodile. And in this photo, saltwater crocodile is actually going underneath the water. I don't think I've seen that happen in my own zoo. Maybe I just haven't worked it out properly or not. Obviously, you can also see that new foliage is underwater. So that's gonna add some more realism into your zoo as well. You don't have to worry about putting some weird plants underneath water that's not supposed to be underneath water to make things look real and whatnot. And if you look up toward the surface, you can see that there is a small, rather small from this perspective, maybe it is big, where there's some sort of blue box, which indicates that there are more things coming to Planet Zoo. And that is why I hinted toward a DLC earlier. As time moves forward, we keep getting hints of DLCs. The first major update that came to Planet Zoo brought forth the Arctic pack, and then we had the South America pack, and then we had the Australia pack. So we may be looking at something that's going to be involving more underwater species, so we may be getting a new pack in regards to that. So that is just a little bit of speculation, and everything that we basically see in the photos now is something to keep an eye out for, and something that I'm just realizing now are that there's actually some bubbles to the left near the rocks. So that is also hinting to an underwater enrichment item possibly. So as I keep looking at this photo, I'm finding a little bit more and more here and there. And then at the top, there are some sort of weird yellow circle things. So I don't know if that's a new plant or what, but that is all I have for you guys today. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. And hopefully we will be seeing a new DLC coming out soon with update 1.4. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. What are your speculations? Did I miss something? Let me know. Other than that, I shall see you guys in the next video. See you guys later. Thank you for watching.